Good morning, Ms. Ragoonanan.
Morning.
You have to speak into the mic when you answer the questions that I ask you. Okay?
Yeah.
Can you tell us your full name and address?
My name is Elizabeth Ragoonanan of Marshall Trace, Kunopia.
And how old are you, Ms. Ragoonanan?
42 years old.
Are you married?
Yes.
How many children do you have?
I have 3.
Can you tell us who your mother and father are?
My mother is deceased, Purande Ragoonanan. My father is Carlton Ragoonanan.
How long ago did your mother pass away?
Today makes it 2 months.
Why is your father not here?
My father is not here because he's in a wheelchair and he has atrial fibrillation heart, and he could pass away any time because he is under the stress of my mother who has just passed away.
All right. Your mother, Ms. Ragoonanan, she had an account at the Hindu Credit Union.
Yes.
Right. Can you tell us, not exactly, but about how long ago she had that account at the Hindu Credit Union?
I would believe she had it from the time they opened because they think there was Hindus and they think it is a Hindu credit union and they thought about going to open their money there. But
When you say they, you mean your mother and your father?
yes.
Do you know where the money that they opened the account at the Hindu Credit Union came from?
My father was working at Citrus Growers at the time and he got paid off. Then my brother was alive and my brother was doing sales on the roadside in Shagwana's main road where the old Pennywise was. He used to tie-dye jerseys and sell. And then he got into an accident and he had a life insurance and they took all that money and they put it there.
Okay. Let's take it one step at a time. Your father used to work at the Citrus Growers. That's what you told us.
Yes.
How long did he work at Citrus Growers for?
Approximately 14 years.
14 years. After he finished work at Citrus Growers, was he employed after that?
Yeah, he worked at ESL.
Can you tell us what ESL is? Let me help you. Is that Aviation Services Limited?
Yes.
Right. Now, do you know why they invested their money at the Hindu Credit Union?
Because it was a Hindu foundation at the time and it now opened. And my mother and father is strictly Hindus and they thought, well, it's a good investment there.
Right.
They was getting a higher interest there than the bank.
They were getting a higher interest than at the bank. What bank did they have their money before they invested it in the Hindu Credit Union?
RBTT. Well, at that time, I think it was the Royal Bank, right?
Royal Bank. Thank you. Now, you were telling us that after your father finished working at ASL, all of you all used to do what? How did you all live?
My brother went and started buying jerseys. I started to tie-dye jerseys home and
Right.
go and sell it on the streets in Shagwana's main road.
How many members of your family used to do that?
Just sometimes my father would travel and go to Marabella Market. My brother and I used to go and sell it on the main road in Shagwana's.
Right. And the proceeds that you all earned as a result of selling these T-shirts, what did you all do with it?
At first we banked it in the Royal Bank.
And then after that?
My brother come and passed away.
Right.
When he passed away, he was on a life insurance. We got that money also, and we took out the money from the Royal Bank, carry all the money to the Hindu Credit Union.
And you put it there?
Yeah.
Right. Now, you have a statement in front of you, okay? I want you to look at the exhibit marked ER1. Yeah, open it. Yeah.
Just sit there. Sit there.
Right. You see a number of documents there?
Yes.
A number of receipts?
Yes.
Yes. Tell me what those receipts are.
I would believe, because I'm not too sure exactly what it is, because this is my mother and father's account.
Right.
Right, so I don't know too much about the business, about my mother and father.
Right.
I would want to believe there's a receipt that my mother put in
Money
into
in
the
the credit
credit
union.
union.
Now, were there times that you also went and put in money in the credit union for your mother?
Yes.
Right. I want you to look at in the bundle of documents that I just directed you to. I want you to look at the last 3 documents in that particular bundle of ER1. You see there are 3 documents there, the last 3 on the page. On the bottom left hand corner, is that your signature there?
Yes, it is.
On all 3?
Yes. Yes.
So these slips would be the deposit slips where you would have gone and deposited money on behalf of your mother.
Yes.
Now, you told us that you all deposited the proceeds of a life insurance policy when your brother passed away.
Yes.
What is the name of your brother?
Curtis Ragoonanan.
When he passed away, did he have any children?
Yes. He left a 6-month-old son.
A 6-month-old son. And who used to look after that child from the time your brother passed away to present?
My mother and my father.
Now, you would accompany your parents to the Hindu Credit Union at times?
Yes.
Did you ever meet the president of the Hindu Credit Union?
Yes.
Who is that?
Mr. Ragoonanan.
Where did you meet him?
I met him on some occasions
Where?
upstairs. They would take us upstairs.
Yeah. At which branch?
Ragoonanan.
The head office.
Yeah.
And was there any particular person that would deal with you all when you all go to the Hindu Credit Union to do your transactions?
Yes.
And who was that?
Nishad.
Nishad whom?
Nishad Ramsahai. He's the nephew for Mr. Ragoonanan.
He's the nephew of Mr. Harinarayan.
Yes.
And Nishad would be the person who would deal with you all the time when you all go to the credit union?
Yes. Sometimes he would even come home
Sometimes he would even come home.
because my mother had a stroke. I could continue?
Yes, continue.
Okay. She got the stroke when she heard of what had happened to the credit union. She take it on and she got a stroke. She was bedridden for a time, and then after she get back on she feet, right? But while she was bedridden, Nisha used to come home and pick up money, carry to the credit union to promise to bring back receipts, which he never did. When we questioned him about it, he would say, "Thanks, I never got chance. I'm busy." You know, and we would always say we want the receipts. Said, "Thanks, don't worry, I trusted you like my own mother and father. Nothing would happen to your money. It's safe."
Now, as far as you know, did your parents withdraw any money from that account at the Hindu Credit Union?
My mother tried to withdraw money, and they gave us checks, 20,000 check one time, and we take it to the Republic Bank, and the Republic Bank have to keep it, I think, for 7 days, and they could call us and tell us that it bounced, we have to come back for it. We would take it and go back to the credit union, back to Nishad, and Nishad would give us a next check, and then the same thing would happen. And when we went back again, we would tell him we want a manager's check this time, which will not bounce, thinking it will not bounce in fact. And when we take it back, same thing happened. We never get any.
About how many bounce checks you got from the credit union, Mr. Ragoonanan?
I can't say exactly, but I know my mother got a lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
And do you know whether it was 2 or 3 or 10 or 15, something of that order, or how many, roughly?
I would probably say about 10.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Ragoonanan, I want you to look right after the documents that you were just pointed to, and I want you to look at the second labeled document there in the bundle, which is ER2, and I want you to tell me what does that document represent.
I would believe this is supposed to be a fixed deposit certificate of my mother and my father's joint account.
The names there, Purande Ragoonanan and Carlton Ragoonanan.
That's my mother and father.
And the fixed deposit certificate is started in January 2006
Yes.
to mature in January 2007,
Yes.
and the rate of interest is 9%.
Yes.
I want you to just turn the page and look at the third document there and tell me ER3. There are 2 pages there. I want you to tell me what those documents represent.
The first one, I would believe, is a book she had, right?
Yes.
This represents the amount that she had put in and their balance and how much she hardly ever withdrawed, mostly deposited and the balance.
Right. And this was for her multiplier account.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Ragoonanan, you know somebody by the name of Ghanshyam Singh?
Yes, that's my uncle.
Right. You had interaction with him in relation to the credit union.
Yes.
I want you to tell us slowly, tell the commission slowly, what was your interaction with Mr. Ghanshyam Singh and the credit union? What took place with you all?
Ghanshyam Singh is my uncle. That is my mother's smallest brother. And he wanted a loan from the credit union, which he took $9,000 and carried to the credit union. He put it into the credit union to get a further loan to buy a car. The girls that I'm at the credit union were supposed to take that money and keep it there like a security. And behind my mother back, they went and gave him back the money. He would go and ask for the money and they would give him it back. So
Right.
it come like he draw out all the $9,000.
Right.
Nishad sent me upstairs and told me to go and just sign the document. He talked to the loan officers upstairs and he told me to go sign for it as a guarantor.
As a guarantor of the loan.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that. I did not read anything, I just signed because I trusted Nisha just as my mother did. And recently we got a paper stating that we never paid out for the loan, which is not true, which Nisha came home, collected the money, and we did pay out for the loan.
Okay,
'Cause
well, let's take it one step at a time. After you found out that the $9,000 was drawn out and you all had to pay for the money, for the loan, did you do anything with respect to Ghanshyam Singh?
Oh, I went and seized his car.
You seized his car?
Yeah.
Right. And when you seized his car, what transpired in relation to the loan?
My mother paid out the loan.
Your mother paid out the loan?
Mm-hmm.
Right. How do you know that your mother paid out the loan?
I was there, right, when Nisha came home and got the last payment.
All right. Your mother used to make installments. Your mother used to pay money over time on the loan?
Ye-
She used to make payments to the credit union for the loan?
Yes,
And how she used to make those payments?
with Nishad.
Where?
Sometimes home, mostly at home, because at that time she had the stroke.
At that time, she had the stroke. Tell us how that arrangement used to work with respect to Nishad and your mother.
Nishad living in Monroe Road, just a thrown store away from us. So he would come home and collect the money, carry it and pay for it. Sometimes I would take mommy and carry mommy when mommy could have walked a little better. I would carry she and I would hold she and carry she to his office. He would collect the money. He would tell us, "Tans are busy right now. I will drop the receipt for you later. Don't worry yourself."
Right. Now, I want you to help us and tell us, as best as you can, about how many times Nishad would have visited your mother while she was bedridden to collect money for the loan. I'm not asking you to give us the exact amount. I mean, how many times?
Nishad came home a lot of times. A lot of times. Probably almost 20 times he would come home, or even more than that, he came home by us. Right, sometime in the night he come home, sometime in the evening when he finished work and he going home, he would pass. Sometime early in the morning he would come before he go to work.
And how he would know when to come to your home?
My mother had his number and would call him and tell him to come for the money.